would it be possible to, I don't want to put you on the spot, share any examples of like when you've used this approach for people, the like outcome for them, like what this, how I know you're a counseling astrologer as well. So by looking at the chart from this approach, what type of results or what kind of things have occurred with some of your clients?
Well, I'm not focused really on outcomes as much as process,
Okay.
as discussing what is the spiritual lessons. Now, when I consult with people, it gets grounded into the context of their life, and we could talk about, the application of things. Um, Absolutely, that is relevant. But my focus is more on understanding the evolutionary curriculum. My focus is on growth and process, lessons, issues, seeing the astrology chart as a curriculum rather
Mm,
than saying, here's what will happen, here's the
right,
outcome. I don't believe astrology is about outcomes, prediction, everything predetermined. I
right, right.
believe it's about lessons and processes. So I consult people about how to meet the curriculum of their chart, and I let them lead. Oh, here's what I'm interested in. Here's, the areas or the issues, and then we apply it from what's going on in their life. But I don't assign them that. I see the chart owner as the driver and
Right.
the astrology chart as the car. And they're the ones that are driving. So I allow them to lead, and I don't suggest how it should manifest, but I work with what they bring to the session. This bridges into the main focus for me, honestly. I've got Uranus square my sun, Aquarius North Node, and really what I'm about is modernizing astrology from its antiquated history. So things
Mm,
such as prediction, things such as judging everything as good or bad, looking at the sun and moon from an outdated lens of perception, all of these things and many more is really the focus of my work in my life and what I'm going to be dedicating the rest of my time on this planet, around what can we do to uh, modernize astrology for the age of Aquarius. That is my focus. So I spend a lot of time, just as we are now, bringing in more progressive, modern perspectives to things that I believe are antiquated and outdated that are still being perpetuated. We need to take responsibility for our charts rather than looking for the answers outside of us, or thinking that everything's predetermined. And this type of astrology really is about personal freedom and responsibility. Now, yes, there are intentions. Yes, there is karma. Yes, there are things that we need to deal with, but we have a variety of different options at our disposal of how we attend to things. So again, I see astrology as a curriculum, and
yeah.
it is our lesson plan, and we can engage that curriculum in a wide variety of ways. And so I just strategize to support people. Here's your curriculum, here's your owner's manual. How are you going to choose to drive?
Yep, awesome. And I love that because when I teach, I tell people they're in Earth school. So if they're in
Yes.
Earth school, they need a curriculum. I'm always,
Yes.
right? I'm like, our souls were up there in Soulville and we were having so much fun. And then they were like,
Mm.
it's time to go to Earth school. And you're like,
Yep.
no.
Yep. So on
Or you
top of
might
it,
think that,
to build with the sense of personal responsibility, is my view is that everything in a chart is the person. It's not your mom, it's not your dad, it's not this. It's your version of these things, perhaps, but it's you. Everything in the chart is you.
mm,
And all too often people are locked in separation consciousness. These are things are not me, or this is outside of me. But my view is that everything is you in your chart, and you play that out and you project it out as the theater of your soul work. And we need to locate the projector inside rather than blaming things on other people.
mm.
My moon is doing this and it's because of my mother. No, your mother is not to blame for anything. She is just the perfect projection screen for your chart.
Oh my gosh, you're singing my story. When people do that, I'm like, as you cannot use astrology as an excuse for bad behavior
Or blame the planets. Oh,
or
because
blame him, right?
Saturn's
That's
on my Venus, so
exactly. I hear
no.
that all the time of like,
Yeah, well,
oh
this
my,
is these are part of the misuses of astrology, which is going to be my focus in years to come. How we need to enter the age of Aquarius by shifting from the misuses of astrology, the way I understand it, things that are not consistent with what we know about reality now.
yes. Oh my gosh, right. So people, they gotta own your chart.
Yes,
You
we all
gotta
do.
own